Oh, Judgment. Kind of like him. Cancer, Scorpio, or Sagittarius. Okay, all right. Four of Swords. What's this? Oh, are we? Page of Swords. What's this Knight of Pentacles about? All right, I'll put it together in a minute. Hold on. What's this Knight of Pentacles? This is somebody that's been watching and waiting, and they've been thinking about reconciliation all along. They've never felt comfortable with the breakup, and they've never felt comfortable with the idea of reconciling. And they've spent a lot of, this is soul searching again. It's kind of similar to this is somebody that's been soul searching. And stability was definitely a concern. Reliability, trustworthiness. There was too much unknown about the goings on or the future, what could be the possibilities, all that. There was not a whole lot of, this is someone that just, it feels like they had a real problem with not knowing what was going to happen in the future. And it made them really controlling, because we got the Knight of Pentacles here, about the present. So this is very similar to the last reading. Wow, what's this Three of Pentacles about? Two of Cups. Same thing. Same thing as the last reading. We got reconciliation, someone working on this, someone thinking about reconciling, biding their time, but all the while, Pisces is not far from their thoughts, still thinking about Pisces, still thinking about Pisces, still watching Pisces, had issues with control and fundamental fears, lack of security. The reason why they're looking at themselves and they've been biding their time is because these are issues from the past that are coming up for them also. And so we've got this someone taking the long view and taking their time thinking about the past, looking at everything, maybe thinking, hey, I was kind of a jerk. Maybe I was kind of controlling. Maybe I was over. So here's this review of the past. Maybe I was over analyzing everything. Maybe I was just too intense. Maybe I was just too, dogmatic and domineering, whatnot. And this is them going back and forth, doing the right thing, being conflicted, feeling this. Oh, Pisces. All right. This is somebody that has never quite gotten over things. They've just taken a break from it, but they're still trying to work it out. They're still going back and forth. They have not approached you yet, but they're watching and waiting. Maybe they're thinking eventually it's going to be the right time for them to do so, but right now they're still thinking about things. What's this Hangman about? So we got feeling like they don't have any control. And in the last reading, the Devil was there, the Emperor was there. Control, control, control. This is someone probably weighing the benefits of control versus the benefits of connection and love, right? This is someone that could get themselves down from this position, but it's almost like they're tired of fighting it. They're tired of being mad. They're tired of, and they're going to be like, okay, let's consider the other side. Let's take a look at the past. Let's take a look at everything realistically. I'm tired of fighting this. I'm tired of being mad. I'm tired of being sad. I'm tired of fighting this. I love this person. Now what? They're trying to figure everything out. They're trying to figure out what to do and what they can make happen. But this is someone still being unto themselves and thinking. I think this person is starting to dawn on them that it wasn't all your fault. Duh. But they're starting to take a look at their own issues and how their own issues might have exacerbated their issues in the relationship that kept them from being able to let things go. And there's this back and forth. Like I think they've had some realizations, but they're not ready to do anything about that yet. They're not ready to do anything about that. They're still, it's like when it comes up, they just, and then they go back and start thinking again. So they haven't done anything. They might, but it's like they get up to a certain point and they recede. Probably out of fear. I'll tell you one thing though, they're sorry. I know that. They feel sorrow, or they feel sorry over how things played out. What's this 2 of pumpkins? So I think this person is wanting to give themselves a little more time. Now, this is for those of you, if you want a reconciliation, that you probably find this interesting, right? But if you don't, you're just like, oh, the big jerk. But the thing is, this is someone that is really taking a look at everything, because I don't think they want to make the same mistakes again. I think they feel kind of sheepish. And I think they're really hoping that if they do approach, that it could be like where you two have a meeting of the minds, where it's like you two, because if you meet, there's no just being friends. If they approach you, it's for a reconciliation. This is not someone that's going to show, at least for the Pisces that I'm reading for, this is not someone that's going to show up back up in your life just to see how you're doing and to be friends and check in. This is someone that's pretty much working up the courage to approach you again about a reconciliation. They get up to a certain point and then they go back. So when this person approaches you, because they are sorry, they do feel badly, they spend enough time in review, I think they're hoping that it could be kind of where you two reach a balance of sorts, because they're starting to own up to the fact that they were way over the other way, right? For their own reasons. It's not that you caused them to feel that way. They have that coming in. They're starting to see how maybe their triggers are needing control and things a certain way. And because you were much more fluid about things, or maybe you were just, you didn't need to die on that hill all the time, because if that happens, you die a lot in life, right? So you were less intense, less about things, and they're realizing, okay, maybe that's a little bit of a problem in a relationship, right? Can't be so controlling. There's got to be more of a balance. So they're going to be coming back in, although they wouldn't be mad if you reached out first, let's be honest. But I think they're hoping for, while they're owning up to their mistakes and realizing, okay, I was kind of a jerk, a controlling jerk, I think they're hoping that you would also be willing to admit some faults, or just say, well, yeah, I could see that you like things a certain way, so, I probably wasn't very sensitive about that, or I probably didn't realize how important it was to you to have the, such and such or whatever. So it feels like they feel sheepish. They feel sheepish, like that. I think that's why they get up to a certain point and then they go back and want to think about it some more. Because they feel like you could, if they do approach you, you could just destroy them with being like, you're a controlling jerk and no. And with the way they feel, it's like that would just be like the second crisis, and it'd be another 2 years before they were able to, dig themselves out again. So there's a lot of like just feeling sheepish and conflicted, and oh God, I can't believe I did that. And yet there's this awareness that they know about their issues, but it's like it's almost like, look, I know I can be this way. I know I can be a controlling person. I know this, that, and the other. But it would really help if you could be a little more of this or that to help me with that type of thing. It's more of like a negotiation than it is someone wanting to be dogmatic. They realize that's not a good idea. It doesn't work. I don't know, though. It kind of feels like you're resolute. Like, don't even bother, because I will shred you if you show up on my doorstep, or, I've already blocked you, so I'm not going to see any texts or whatever's, but some of you, it feels like you're mad. But for those of you that want this, what's this 10 of Pentacles about? The Empress. And there it is. Yep, the stability factor. All right. It could be Taurus or Aries. So this is somebody that probably had just the issues with control, not being able to let go and connect and love and let some things go. Like, some things you just got to let go. You know what I mean? This is somebody who couldn't. And we've got the Emperor, the Hangman. This is someone, and this is shades of the last reading too that I just cut off. But it's like they over-controlled this relationship, and in hindsight, they're realizing, oh, maybe I shouldn't have done that. So what they can't get over, issues of control and stability and needing things a certain way and needing to feel safe and secure. but not because they're blaming you for not providing that. They see now that it's their own issues. That, when you're by yourself, everything's fine, right? But when you're in a relationship, that's the mirror. And they're seeing now that, maybe I kind of was a bit perfectionistic and controlling and just and wanted things my way only. I think they realize they're going to have to be a bit more flexible and yielding. Can't go wrong there. So it's twofold. It's they can't get over that things weren't stable and secure as they needed them to be, but they also realize that, okay, I can't be a domineering jerk. And then two, there's still this very deep, abiding love for you. I'm surprised the Lovers didn't show up. Oh, the Lovers showed up in the last one. So the last Pisces, the one that I didn't air, the Lovers showed up in that one. Lovers was right here. I think when you two ended, they thought that, this is 9 of Cups, by the way. This is someone hoping they'll get their wish. I think they thought that, I'm just going to go and everything was fine. But enough time has gone by and enough review of the past that they've been like, why can't I stop thinking about Pisces? 2 of Cups. And they've kind of started to figure out that, it's because I can't hang everything on Pisces. Some of this was my fault too, and I know I have my own issues and triggers. So maybe Pisces and I can meet in the middle, because they really do miss that, what you did provide. They really do miss that nurturing and that caring and that kindness, and they miss that. Change. When they come in, because they are, about 3 months, don't be surprised if it's a series of going back and forth of you two talking and kind of getting to know each other again, listening to each other like you didn't used to, when, and it's kind of like this series of fact-finding and negotiation. It's going to take about 6 months. I know, right? But so 2 months, inside of 2 months, they're going to be coming back in. 6 months from there is when this kind of fact-finding and getting to know each other again and investigation, listening and realizing some things and kind of being very careful and and who knows where that'll lead. I mean, honestly, some of you could be like, nope, shut the door, I'm not talking. Others of you could just be like, yeah, maybe we're just friends. But I'll tell you what, this person, though, coming in, does not have just friends on the mind. It might end up there, but they're coming in, when they finally work up the courage to do it, they're coming in with wanting to apologize and wanting to see if you're still open, and then kind of talk about things, get to know you again, explain to get the ball rolling again. And it's going to be very tentative, because I think they're afraid that you're going to, bite their head off. But it's going to be a series over the next 6 months after they come back in of getting to know them again, and you going back and forth, and how are you, and remember when we did this, I'm really sorry about that, what would you think about this, and and it goes from there. It's going to be your choice, because this person, whether they like it or not, is all in. And I think that's what they've had a hard time with, is that for the way they felt when things ended, and then here it is, this time gone by, and they're still thinking about you. Not only still thinking about it, they realized they loved you, and they needed to yield more, and they had some issues that they needed to work out that weren't your fault. 7 of Pentacles. 8 of Pentacles, 7 of Pentacles. Someone's been working on themselves, and now they're at the crossroads, telling themselves, well, I just don't know. Please. They've already decided that they want to work on this, and they want to invest in this again. They're just trying to get up the courage to make their way back to you. In their mind, it's a done deal. I think, though, they're afraid of your reaction, and they can't bring themselves to actually get off the ground and do it yet, because they're afraid of your reaction, that you'll bite their head off, that you'll have that it won't go the way they've been kind of thinking things could, now that they've had these realizations. All right. And this is that whole negotiation, going back and forth, kind of working on things, taking a very practical approach.